Hello, hello. Happy Sunday to everyone out there. Today, very exciting day. Finally, finally, we get a chance to finish what we started with the Spawn Compendium issues 44 to 50 to complete this book, this saga, whatever you want to call it. We finally gonna do it today. Can't wait to get to the issues and all that, and can't wait for volume 2 of this, um which they showed it in the back of the the image first, where it has the Spawn reprinted one. It's in the back, volume 2, and I thought I had it around here to show, but I don't. But happy Sunday. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing great and all that. Pretty quick, right before I'll bring in my co-host. Um, Real quick, I don't want to do this too long. I want to get to the issues. But yeah, I have a very, very special, important show. No, I won't call it important, but an awesome show tomorrow. The Amazing Collector Edition show tomorrow. Yeah, me and Fargay have a special guest up in there. Can't wait. Omar from Near Mint Condition will join us tomorrow. It's a special edition show for the Amazing Collector Edition show. Me and Fargate can't wait to do this show. I'm very hyped for it. Um, Omar's awesome. One of the titans to me in the YouTube community. He does the collector edition, omnibuses, all that, his style, but he knows his comics like in and in out, because he used to do a lot of singles and all that. So I can't wait to get to that. That's tomorrow's show. Can't wait to everybody check it out. I'll promote it more through the social medias and all that. Of course, I think I would have his link down below, including with all the Bad Batch and everything. But just wanted to talk about that real quick and all that. So I didn't want to do too much plugging for this show. So I'm going to go ahead and bring our guy, my co-host, TM Nerdy. What's going on, bro?
Station.
What's going on? How you been, man? How's your week?
It's been all right.
I heard you had some kind of a show tomorrow. Something's going on tomorrow. I don't know, something to do with some comics.
After your show at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'll be on Comigory's The Olympics, the short box sprint. So come cheer me on. I am there to represent the PCP Army, the PCP Army Bad Batch, the Backlog Bros. What's a Backlog Bro? I'm there to represent them, so who knows? And also, I'm there to represent the community. So tune in, cheer for me. But if you like other people's covers, cheer for them, of course.
Yeah, man, that should be awesome. Awesome. See you guys bring out the books. That's also always an exciting show. You never know what you're gonna see pull out. You know what I mean? So I can't wait for you. Good luck with that. And also, real quick before we get to the books, also wanted to put my other co-host, my man Sam Tangled Web, the 1K Sam to 1K giveaway, 2 Marvel Masterworks team up books, volume 3 and 4, a T-shirt, and 2 Amazing Spider-Man 700 with the I need to fix that with the homage cover, of 300 and 400. So yeah, man, everybody hashtag Sam to 1K. Let's get that going.
Hashtag
Sam really hard.
1K. Do it now, guys. Do it now. Yeah. I want to see like a ton of posts that say hashtag Sam to 1K, and I want you to tag Sam, and I want you to tag Big Herm so they know that you're tagging them to it. I just want to see that spread out in this amazing community, because I know you guys can do it, and I know this community is just that freaking great, man. So hashtag Sam to 1K, tag Sam's Tangled Web and Big Herm Collectibles on Instagram.
Yeah. I also have a giveaway too, but I wanted to spotlight Sam there real quick. But yeah, I have a giveaway too. The grand prize we'll receive an Epic, Spider-Man Epic Volume 7, I believe. The Green Goblin. You get to find out who it is and all that. And this one, like I thought it was another one, but this one is actually The one where the death of Gwen Stacy. I've been promoting that wrong lately. Fargate corrected me, but
That's
yeah,
a
man,
key issue.
up to 500. Very key issue, very expensive for both of them. You know what I mean? There's two issues. One she dies, and the other one likes the repercussion. You know what I mean? The other guy
Well,
dies.
isn't it? Yeah, isn't it? The issue before that, her father dies, and then the next issue she dies, isn't it?
No, her father dies in issue 94, I think. It's
Okay.
in the 90s. Yeah, it a while before she ends up dying. It's like maybe 20 plus issues, but you know she also holds a grudge on Spider-Man because of it. She blames Spider-Man for it. So it was a lot of things going on. It's a great read, and I hope hope I get to there one day, and then some lucky guy or girl could win that if they never read it before.
Or
It's a great
you.
read.
Yeah, you watching. You could win it.
You can win this. Let me go to the chats real quick. Usually go to the chats. Some guy named TM Nerdy says station. You know what I'm saying?
Station TM, past TM.
Chop and drop station, my man. Brother Joe.
The real American hero.
Are you ready for the thousand and the 10 and the million watching home? Let's get ready to rumble. And some guy saying he'll be right with you. That guy's Jose.
Rig that guy.
Thomas. Station, my man. Station.
I just want to point out, I know you said no plug-in, but John Thomas will be on my channel for chatting with the comic community this Wednesday. So check it out. The AI is real.
Maria, station.
Happy Sunday.
That out on team James. Oh boy. Yeah. Who else? Bobby, Hardcore Station.
Bobby the Legend.
Fargate Station, my man. Station. Omar promoted it on his Saturday AM show. Nice. Going to 5K in one night. I wish. That'd be awesome. K Titus, Station, man. Thanks for being here. Yes, that guy's been in the community for a long time, man. K Titus, you the man, bro. You the man. ¿Cómo estás? The Cerebros, Station.
He was just on with Phable and Nick over on Fable's Instagram earlier.
Yeah, man, I saw that, man. Great show. Hashtag Playing Phable show. You guys did a great job. That was a fun show. You know what I mean? I had to like watch some of it as I was going to get myself something to eat.
Yeah, sometimes life happens, man. Life happens.
Yeah.
You can't catch everything, but you can catch it on the rewind if you missed it the first time.
Catch it on the rewind. Yeah. But it was fun. Fun random show. At least for me, I wake up and boom, the Playing Phable shows on. But what better show to wake up on? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But Phable Station. Be watching it and watching the kids. Sometimes he doesn't say hi because he's watching the kid or something like that. If you are Station, my man, Missing Link, all you guys, love you guys. Backlog bros.
You guys are familiars. You guys are familiars, just like Brother Joe likes to say.
Yeah, so we're here for a reason. I don't know what we're here.
I think we're here to talk about Transformers Kingdom on Netflix.
Transformers! No, that's not it. That's not it. Oh, I want to be the very best. No, not that one.
No one ever was.
No. Why are we here? Guys? Why are we here? Oh, yeah. I see the background. Oh, duh. Spawn Compendium. Finally. Woohoo! We're finally going to finish this. We're going to get to it. 11 minutes in.
That's not bad. No, it's like, I'm just saying that's not freaking bad at all, considering we're usually 20 minutes in.
20 minutes in, plugging everything in the world, you know what I mean? But yeah, Spawn, issue 44. Let's get to it. Yeah, man, it's issue. I haven't done this in a while with the Spawn Compendium, so I might be a little Spawn rusty, but we're gonna get this done. So
So
yeah,
it pretty much takes place right outside of Earth. Like we're in that celestial type thing because I don't know if it's heaven or just a celestial area and that, but we get a good shot of different planets hovering around it.
yeah, there's also a nice shot in the next page. I thought you would like that shot right there.
Yeah, I was getting to that. Like it's really at the bottom of the page and that, and then you get a full view, and you're just like,
Ooh. And you're like, the Angela's back? But it's not Angela. It's not Angela.
yeah, it's not Angela, but I do have a
Wow,
figure
wow.
of this one too.
Yeah. So what was it that he starts talking about everything that happened with Angela and all that? So it's her talking, if I'm not mistaken. This other girl that
See, my take on this is that this is kind of Angela resurrected into this form now,
there's what
but
TM
because
does.
of the whole rights thing. Maybe Angela was supposed to come back, and they didn't have they had the issue with the rights, and so they created a whole new character. That's my take on it.
Yeah, because it's issue 44, so that's like what 12 issues a year. That's what 4 years into it, 4 or 5 years into
Yeah,
it.
because he's been coming out with just monthly, the same as he's always has, and it's just up to like over 300 now. So
Yeah, and they also plug in a little bit because she. So this girl, I don't know. Did they say her name? So
no, they said it was like she's like a form of it because they gave her an A. They said A something. What was it? It's been a while since I read it, but pri- take her place as priority A1. And so I'm not sure like they're named A1s, A2s because
I guess he's trying not to give him names anymore because he was getting in trouble. Because
yeah,
he's
because
very
it does like tell you at the bottom of the page like check out Angela miniseries about what happened to Angela and stuff and yeah, they're just talking about her being that and then this girl here is kind of banished from the being a celestial and that she is kind of looks like an angel but she isn't. She's been
but she
banished.
she claims she is, and she can't stand Angela because Angela not she's an angel. She's not supposed to sleep with the devil and like sleeping with Spawn in that mini series. It's what happened. Spawn is the closest thing to the devil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she calls her a
Well,
whore and everything, and
it's like it's birthed by a devil because there's like in Spawn there's more than one devil. They're not called demons, they're devils, and then who knows if there's a big devil, but he was born from Malbosia, and the symbiote covering his skin is a demon. So, station.
So she totally disses her and all that. So she's out for revenge. She's gonna prove to to God or whoever that she deserves all the acolytes, not Angela. And she has to take both of them out, Spawn and Angela. So that's how it opens. And then after that page with her, you see Spawn. It's looking like weird things is happening with him, like evil wise. You know what I mean? You kind of see it a little bit here. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, because he's weakened, man. Like from the last time that he was in it, like his cape is still mangled. He's like doing it like the suit itself, like I said, like it's doing something to him, and he's taking the power, and the suit is pure evil. He's taking this, and this is a good thing because you see things that are evil coming towards him. He's like stealing their kind of energy. They're powering him because his suit is forged from pure evil, and it's consuming him. And that's my take on it. What's your take on it?
Yeah, everything that you said, it's happening. But like always, Matt Bozier has a plan for all that. So he's trying to make him evil. So at the same time, like uh I mean, we know what happens after, but what I was thinking when I was first reading this, it's like, yo, something gives, like something's gonna happen, and we'll talk about it later. But I thought just around almost the same thing you were thinking. Um, so you see all the wolves and all that. So like evil attracts evil, and you see that a lot through these pages as we go through. You know,
And not only that, but they make a reference because like in the next couple of pages and stuff, like he is pouring worms and eating worms and stuff because, and they say it in the book that it's because worms are the closest thing to hell. And so he's feeding, and they absorb the evilness underground. So he's eating pure evil. He's soaking himself in pure evil to replenish himself. So yeah, he is getting a lot more evil.
Yeah, so it's pretty much what the explanation in the next few pages is. Everything what TM just said. You know what I mean? And he's just trying to think things, and he's like blame like the curse and all that comes up. You know what I mean? he like starts he's just mad, and you see the evilness jumping in him. He evil thrives on his anger. His anger is what's driving this. Every time he gets angry and all that, it makes him do bad moves and all that. It brings him down closer and closer to that second death that he's supposed to have to totally be Mabosia's, kind of say Mabosia's bitch. You know what I mean?
Well, it is true. so
yeah, I guess we're moving along unless you got anything else to add to that before we get to our two favorite detectives here.
Our two favorite detectives that are getting their own series. I'm pumped for.
Yep. So we see Dumb and what's his name? Burks, Detective Sam Burks up in here, and he's like, even though they're not detectives technically anymore, they don't work for the force. He has a pizza, and he's like, "Do you want some Twitch?" And he's like, "No, I'm good," because there's worms all over this, disgusting roaches and all that. And he's like, yeah, I haven't told my wife yet that we lost the job. And he's like, "You gotta do it someday. You're gonna run out of money, and what's gonna happen?" You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I should be honest with her and all that kind of stuff. But while all that's happening, you know what I mean? Sam's just chilling. He's like, "Don't worry about it." You know what I mean? And this is pretty much what happens in these 2 pages. The Twitch, you understand. He got a full family. He got a hot wife and all that. So, he's just worried. And then we go to the next page, and then
this page is like it's amazing. I love it. It's dark and gloomy, but it's drawn so well. And Wanda in the background too. It's just she's done so well in it.
Yeah, this is some Greg Capullo right here. You know what I'm saying? I think by here is Greg Capullo. That yeah, man, you see the bear next to him. You pretty much it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's just kind of going more into depth into it and stuff, and like I just love this page itself. But yeah, it's showing, and then it shows that time clock again. It's at 6:8:01. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go look back to see if it was any higher or lower, or if it's risen or lowered since the last time, because it was going up pretty well like last time a lot.
Yeah. Plus, why he might go back on the next page. It shows the bear there and all that, and then all the evil lore. So this lady, A1, you think you said her name is whatever her name is?
Yeah, A1 or one of the A's. I know it said A1 at the start, like she was a project.
Because there was a group of them. She like blasted the bear. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is up with that? I don't know.
Boy, I do have to say that the top panel there, that amalgamation between Spawn and the bear is sick. I love it.
And then of course, boom, it's that it's that woman again. She's trying to get revenge, and then she's talking junk, and he's like, Angela, but she's like, I ain't Angela. I'm here to take you out. You know what I mean? And they start fighting, boom, 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 bop, bing, boom, bing. You know what I'm saying? They start fighting, talking trash and all that. She calls him a demon, and she she's giving him a good whooping. You know what I mean? And then while that's happening, we got the clown. He starts, saying, laughing, violator. And he's like,
Oh man,
oh,
he's just loving this because he like, as we know about the clown, like he thinks like he wants them gone, like he wants all the spawns to be done, and that, and like after every failure every time and stuff, Malvosia will see like we're the better people to carry this spawn, not these humans.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's like, your own. You need to do it with your own, not you know your breaded demons, not freaking human beings. So he's like not loving human beings. So he's laughing there and all that. And then like pretty much towards the end, you see like she got a number on him. He's all chained up. Look like almost using his own chain here. You know what I mean? And she pretty much boom, ready to kill him towards the end. And I'll make sure Angela holds it before she dies. And
Yeah, like she puts him into a tree stump, man, and like she's playing with him through the whole thing though, saying like your costume is made out of pure evil. That means you're made out of pure evil, and like you look like your costume takes defense, acts on impulse just with its anger and that, and like you're pure evil, and like that was just bantering toward like throughout the panels as they're fighting. So you guys know, and the more you know.
knowing is half the battle. Gee, brother Joe. So we're done with issue 44, which is a solid issue, and into issue 45, which
You know what? And we might as well make it something special. What do you rate that issue?
well, this issue, I don't even think of a rate. I enjoy this issue, so I guess I'll give it a 4.5. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
Backlogs, it's pretty good. You know what I mean?
I'll give it a 4 because initially that was supposed to be Angela, and
So
but
that wasn't his fault. So
I know I'm not blaming Todd. You know who I'm blaming.
you blaming him. You blame. Nah, just kidding. But but yeah. So yeah, that's
Actually, I actually have to give it a 4.5 because the art
the art is
in
just
that
cool.
issue was just freaking amazing, man.
Greg Capullo is going into his own, competing.
Oh man, like even that last page, like with the small little panels going down, the 6 panels, that was sick.
What's a good jumping on point to spawn now? Depends.
The Spawn Compendium.
If you want to read the spawn from the beginning, boom, spawn round 2.
I can't speak for Herm, but I can personally say I enjoyed reading this, and like it just keeps getting better and better. And like, yeah, they do have like angels and demons and stuff, but it doesn't get really that biblical. It like everybody's saying like it's all once they started talking and getting biblical, and it's like it's really not that biblical if you really look at it.
Or if you go modern day from issue 290, I think it starts. Some people say you could just start to 300 and start going from there.
Yeah, there was
some of the issues.
Yeah, somebody said that too. I forget who. They said they could jump on at like 300 and it's a new arc and you can go from there as well. But Spawn Compendium is still out there. The volume 2 is coming soon in December, you said?
Yeah.
And I'm definitely going to be reading on from there on and continuing with the compendium till I'm caught up. But your choice is your own. Like if you want to start at 300 or 200, go for it, man.
All right, issue 45. You know what I'm saying? I just showed the first page from issue 45. Like here's really in trouble on the tree stump. You know what I'm saying? And some more awesome photos. I'm gonna have to show some of this. I just love the art, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it looks like the art is done by somebody else in this issue, but it's still amazing.
so so this angel, boom, chops off, allegedly chops off Spawn's head. Boom,
Oh, don't say allegedly now that I don't know he didn't.
allegedly
Hey,
chops
get
off
into the
Spawn's
feeling
head.
because like when I seen that happen, I was like, oh my god, what happened? Like his head got chopped off. Is he dead now? Like what's going on, man?
Well, there's 300 plus issues, so I figured he's not dead. But I guess. So she's holding what I showed earlier. She's holding his head, and she's like, "Wah! I just killed Spawn." Wah! And then
Because apparently, and she explained like the only way to kill a spawn is to chop off their head and pretty much keep it away from their body. That's like the only way you can kill a spawn.
but what happens? She just has a handful of worms, which I'll show that again. You probably saw it already. But I'm not gonna show every page, but that's just gross. Handful of worms. You know what I'm saying? She's competing with the boogeyman from the WWE.
But if you think about it, she was holding a dead guy's head. So what's worse, dead guy's head or worms?
Worms, man, worms. Worms is just gross, man, gross. So, yeah, she freaks out. She's like, "What's this?" And then he's like, "Yeah, I just let you, I let you think you won, but you felt for the trick because he was resting a little bit, playing possum and stuff like that, gather himself, and he just starts wailing on her, and she comes back, tries to make a comeback. She makes a little comeback, but they have a little battle right here. She blasts him, you know what I'm saying? But and then that keeps going. It keeps going. The whole battle keeps going. And we go over to the news and they start talking about the funeral for
And
um
and then we got our guy at the bottom who's just names changed again, man. Names changed again.
that guy right there. Yet another news company because he says it how he's feeling. He says it how it is. So he kind of gets in trouble, and then like I don't know how many more news companies he can get hired for, but
He's pushing, man. We're on issue 45, so he's doing pretty well for himself, finding new more new cities.
so they're in all these pages. They're just reporting the funeral for uh uh Commissioner Banks. You know what I'm saying, Chief Banks, and all that.
Because if you guys don't remember, he was behind the whole Kincaid killing and stuff, and then people found out, so he ended up killing himself.
Pretty much. So took his life off, which helped Mount Bozier a lot. He likes those. You know what I mean? Bring some more evil to him. So they go back to Sam's apartment and all that. Twitch is walking around and all that, still worrying. And then Sam out of nowhere gets up, goes to his fridge, grabs a big can of I don't even know what Crisco, whatever that thing is called, throws it towards Twitch. He opens it, and there's a bunch of money he's been saving because he's single, he doesn't have family or nothing like that. So that extra money he made in
he
the course,
was. What did he say? He was saying like he was saving it for like his family and that and all of this stuff. And here I am. I don't have a family, but you do, Twitch.
But it's just like you think he's giving it to Twitch, but he's not. He's using it for something else. You know what I'm saying? But at the
Using it to
moment,
open up FBI or like their own PI, private investigation.
but that's later.
Oh,
You're supposed to save that for later. Because he's like, I love you, man. You're awesome, sir. He's like, I love you too. And then the next page, you see Spawn and the angel. they start fighting. You see all these wolves and bears coming over around and all that behind them. Uh, Angela's trying to Angela. I keep saying Angela.
I know, right, man? Because it is because like even Spawn mistaked her for Angela.
Yeah, yeah. So this angel, you know, starts getting they start all around teaming up on her and all that. Another bear comes out of nowhere, you know what I mean? Because she took out the other bear. And yeah, just like that, boom, they end up eating her. All of them. You know, the wolves, the bears, and all that gang up on her. It's like they a weird mystical force ends up eating her. She's all bones, skin and bones, which is kind of gross. I'll show you a little bit real quick. Boom. You know
Yeah,
what
that's weird, man.
I mean? So yeah, that pretty much happens. And then coming over to the next page, which is one of TM's favorite moments. You see
Wanda.
Wanda. So she had a doctor appointment with this creepy ass doctor. You know what I mean? The next
She's,
time we see him is funnier. I don't want to say yet, but the next time we see him is even
and
funnier.
Wanda looking fine as always.
Yeah, she's just yeah, she's looking fine and all that, and like she's just worried about herself, and he's like, "You good? You good?" I don't think there's much in here, you know. She's talking about her stuff and all that. But in the next page, she sees what's his first name? Win here. You know what I mean? I keep forgetting. No,
Uh,
not Win.
Jason.
Jason. There you go. That's his name. I already forgot the dude's name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Fitzpatrick.
Jason Wynn.
Fitzpatrick. It's Fitzpatrick in the next page. Her husband, the best friend, and
Oh, Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald. There you go. Damn, where did I get Fitzpatrick from? Fitzgerald. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So he's sick. He's drinking a haul. He starts coughing, and
Oh,
this
I love. I just find it weird. It's just like he'll soon figure out what he should have listened to his body. Like it's like he's just like there's the background talk of like him just like coughing, and that is like as Fitzgerald sits there and tries to figure out his body is telling him he should rest. This will play in later. And I was like, what?
overworking himself. Big
I thought
time.
he was gonna die, man.
Stay tuned, all the people who just joined us. But yeah. So we have that, and then we have Spawn coming back to the alley. You know what I mean? And his Cog is his name, the wise man that's always in the alley and all that. He's trying to give him advice, and Spawn's like not having it, man. He's getting more moodier and moodier. It's like the evil is starting to take over. He's trying to tell him that, you gotta be cool and all that. But yeah, like I don't know if this is the page where he says don't tell anybody I'm here yet. No, that's the next one. But yeah, so pretty much they have that kind of conversation where he's trying to tell him like he's losing his grip on his suit. You know what I mean? His symbiote. McFarlane uses the symbiote, but he calls it a symbiote. You know what I mean? And which is the Spawn suit. And then it's taking over him little by little. Like it takes control. He's trying to say, you need to take control of your suit instead of the other way around, or not it'll consume you and we're all screwed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, then you belong to Malvosia.
Yeah, so I think he tells him to get lost, whatever, you know what I mean? And then he goes to his own corner, and then that's pretty much the evil trying to take over there, and says his evil at the end. And that's the end of that issue, which pretty decent issue. I give this one a 4.0 backlogs. It's not that it was bad, it was still a pretty solid, entertaining issue. You know what I mean? But it's not as good as the one before. So
I'd have to agree. I was just about to say, I give it a 4.0 too.
All right. So pretty good. We got to the first two issues. Now we issue 46 up in here. This kind of a little bit sad here in the beginning. You have who's this guy again? This guy's one of the minions that
It works. He works for the mob.
Works for the mob guy, and he's apparently wasn't doing his job good and all that. And he's there with his wife, and they get the doorbell, and she's like, "Who is it?" He's like, "Don't worry, I'll get it." And two strange guys are in the front, which is one of the guys is I think both of these guys are uh, Mr. Gravano's main guys, and he tells them, you can step out, and he's like, you can step out, because Mr. Gravano needs to talk to you, or we could do it here. And he's reached out like, ready to reach out for his gun. He's like, no, let me just say bye to my family.
Yeah, because this is the guy who leaked all of that information to Spawn.
Yep.
And that's why this guy has a hit for him right now, and that's why the mob boss wants him dead.
Which he had no choice because Spawn was gonna take him out. So
yeah.
And Spawn's a lot more scarier, believe it or not. But
that didn't help him.
So he goes back, tells his wife, when you put the baby to bed, tell him I love him and all that. And she's like, are you gonna come back? And with a really sad face, really, really well drawn. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty sad, man. I was feeling this. I'll show her face a little bit. I don't know if you'll be able to see it too much through the thing, but that's her.
Yeah, like blurry. And she's perfectly drawn too. I like how she was drawn as well.
Yeah. So she's like, don't worry. Are you gonna be back? I'll be back really late. She thought. But he kind of knows he's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't cross the mob no matter what. It doesn't matter. So
and plus he knows why they're here.
Yeah,
like, he knows.
So we get here in there. He tells him to get in the car. He says, "Why are we just sitting here? They're just sitting here. Like a minute has passed. And no explanation. He just takes the gun and blows his head off right there. Bam! Throws him in the street. Gravano's like, you stupid idiot, you stupid idiot. This is what you get. And then he just leaves. And then they go back into the office. They'll show that scene a little bit later, but they'll go back into the office and he tells his men, make sure that his family is well taken care of at the funeral and all that of this guy. So even though he took him out, he's still going to make sure his family is well taken care of. So, like, I guess the mob ain't all bad, right? If you call that good, whatever good deed that is, took the father.
Well, the mob's a family business.
Yeah, it really is. It's not personal. It's business. And then, of course, he gets a call from a higher up. So, like, when you're reading this, we think he's the higher up. No, there's one ahead of him. I think we talked about this before, but
there's always somebody more eviler than you that you are reporting to.
Yeah, so whoever he's reporting to is not really happy with the situation. Kind of threatening.
So in a way, you're kind of looking at like, did he have a choice on killing him or not? Did he feel like, oh, maybe I should? Like, he feels bad for killing him, so he gives that to the family because his higher up told him he had to kill him. So it's a lot to question and stuff, I guess.
There you go. And then we go back to the alley with Spawn. He's still battling his demons there, literally. His self-demons with the suit and all that. You see a lot of worms, the rat. It's pretty much what happens. And then, like, he shows up, and then two guys are in the alley, and they looked at all the worms in his face. It's so gross.
Yeah, because like it's not even a space anymore. Like he has worms just coming out of his face and stuff because that's what's keeping him pretty much stable. It's just like our bones and stuff. Like that's all that's keeping him upright right now is all of these worms that are consuming his body.
So he's pretty much scaring the crap out of the residents in the alleyways and all that. Not a lot of them are just scared of him. And Cog is trying to tell him that, you know what I mean? You need to change your ways. And not, he's deteriorizing he's becoming more and more and more demon than his human self is pretty much almost I'm not saying all gone, but it's getting there. You know what I mean? And then the next page we're back in Queens, New York, the home of Al's widow, which is Wanda, and uh Fitzgerald comes in. You know what I mean? And he's not looking very good. He comes in a little early from work. You know what I mean? And she's like, "You okay?" He's like, "Nah, I'm good. I just need a little rest and all that." And there is obviously something wrong with him. You can see right here, but she doesn't think much of it in the beginning, but but then she starts pondering a little bit. But that ends there. He knocks out on the bed and all that. Then we go over to the next page where a certain Gravano's main henchman, he's walking up out to his car, I guess, doing a job, whatever he was doing, and he gets taken out. One of his big men gets taken out, and then the X phase, the next guy, collecting money and all that, he gets taken out. So the top two guys get taken out and put in a box.
Yeah, their heads are in a box and sent to the big head guy.
So two dead heads, and now he's pissed. He's like, "Who's doing this? I'll get whoever's doing this to me." You know what I mean? So he's not happy with it. The other henchmen are there like, "Yeah, boss. Yeah, boss." And they look like they. Oh, I'm back. Okay. Did I ever disappear there? Because my screen just went. Boom.
Yeah.
All right. So hopefully it stays good. But yeah. So he gets the head. So he's not happy with it. Something's fishy. It's looking like they're trying to frame Spawn here. At least that's what I thought when I first read it. What do you think? Do you think the same thing, or
I thought it was Spawn at first.
you thought it was Spawn? I didn't think it was him, but I thought it was someone setting him up. You know what I mean? Because in my heart, I'm like, Spawn's still good. He's still good. Come on. You know what I mean? That's the reason why I thought of it. But we go to the next page. We're back in the alleyway and all that. And they're still like talking. More talking. You know what I mean? About what's going on. How he got to control his body. I guess this is mostly what these next two pages are. Right? And
Yeah.
then we go over to the hotel room. And this Vinny guy is in the bed and all that. He just finished a threesome, and then he goes over like a sexy guy and goes over to take a dump. You know what I mean?
But he's unable to, even though actually I think he did end up taking one.
Well, yeah, because the big what's his name, bust right through the wall. Big
Tremors.
monster. What happened?
Tremors.
There you go. He's like, and then boom. He pretty much takes a dump after that happens. Anyway, in the toilet.
Yeah.
Takes him out. Does he take him out? He brings him. He brings him with him. And,
yeah, because he wants to talk to him, and that brings them to the mob boss because him and the mob boss have issues.
So the mob boss has. So Vinny's the actual right hand guy. He's the actual right hand guy. You know what I'm saying? So they took out both of his main henchmen. Now his right hand guy, and he's telling them where he is, and he's like, "You traitor!" He's like, "I had no choice. I had no choice, boss. I had no choice." You know what I mean? And then this guy, because he's out for revenge. He's looking for his brother and all that. His family was taken out by this guy and all that, and he just wants straight up revenge. So before he could take him out, he's like, "Oh, but I know where your brother is. He is still alive."
Mm-hmm. because
he's like,
he was just about to kill him and then he turns and says, "Yeah, I have your brother."
and then he stops killing him. He's like, "Oh, I knew you were a coward," or some, like he just stopped from killing him. He's talking trash because he knows he was not gonna do nothing. So what he does, he goes and takes Vinny with him, back with him, as he's all tied up to a pole and everything. And then the boss like, we gotta get ready. We gotta get what you gotta figure of overkill, right? You have his figure.
Overkill.
We gotta get overkill ready for the next time he comes over. So he's because he was like, "Why you let him go, boss? We could have took him out." And he's like, "Nah, we couldn't do this here. So we're gonna take him out when he comes back." So pretty much that happens, and boom, he starts dragging him. There you go,
Overkill.
overkill. So he takes Vinny with him, you know what I'm saying, into the alleyway where Spawn is, and he's like, "Here's this guy. He knows everything." So Vinny starts telling him a few things to Spawn and all that, and as he starts saying, "Oh, he starts naming Wanda, even Jason Wynn that took him out and all that. Name Fitzgerald and all that. His Cyan, the daughter of Wanda and stuff. He starts naming them all. So like that took Spawn's attention, because Spawn originally didn't want to help him anymore because he's doing his own thing. But he's like, "If you help me, you know what I mean? Look all this information," because Spawn doesn't take to threats and all that. We probably see that in the next book, in the next issue. But that's pretty much the end of the issue, where he ends up saying, "So what do you say now, partner?" After everything, and that's where it ends.
I give this a 4.0. I liked it, but some happened, some not. But I'm glad Tremor's back. I do like Tremor.
Yeah, I think it gets a 4.0 for me too because of that. You see the return of Tremor and all that. It was starting to head towards the 3.5, which is still a really good grade, but I like the way it ended and all that. Pushed it up to 4 for me. So 4 total. So
4.69, dude.
4.69, dudes. People are like 4.0, 4.0. How does that happen?
It just happens. Just go with it, guys. It doesn't have to make sense.
So there you go. We knocked out 3 issues. We're gonna knock out one more and take a break after it. Quick break, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're running
Potty
all
break.
pretty good. You know what I mean? So
So it pretty much takes right off where the last issue stopped, where Tremor is coming to Spawn for help. So, and then, man, I love the look of Tremor, especially in this next splash page, man. Like, that is amazing.
I don't know if I'm doing it justice, but I try. Look at that.
Yeah, I want to try to find the original figure for Tremor, because all I have is I think it's from series 2 or 3 that I have for Tremor. So I want to get the original one. I don't know. I don't even know if they have the original one. They should. I don't know.
All right. So yeah, so you have like this whole meeting like I was talking about. Now he's giving Spawn demands like, "Now that I bought this here, you have to help me, or I'll kill you." You know what I mean? He's like, "I don't take good for threats." You know what I mean? And he was like, "I could help you." You know what I mean? "You gotta help me, please." So he like he doesn't say please, but it's pretty much what's happening. He's threatening him. Then Spawn says that, and he starts slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, we don't know how he sounds. Like he's like, "You gotta help me, please. I need my brother back."
And then Spawn's like, "I'll think about it." You know what I mean?
Hello, Billy.
Yeah, so he brings up poor Billy, you know what I'm saying? Like Vinny's not there. And he's to give him some more information. He's like, "Oh God, please no." And then pretty much tells him what does he what does Billy tell him? I don't even remember. Um, he said he
Dude,
gave him a
of
gig.
course, yeah, sure. Vinny gave me a few gigs a few months back. Keep an eye on this dude Terry and his wife and kids. Something about him being you, but he wasn't. Yeah, like he pretty much Vinny is like keeping an eye on Kyan, Wanda, and Terry Fitzgerald.
So it's more insight saying that the people he cares about, you know what I mean, are in trouble.
Yeah, because they like in earlier issues they put it together that this Spawn guy is protecting this family. Why is he protecting this family? And that so they've kind of been like, okay, well, you're protecting this family. You have something to do with them. We're going to target them. We're going to keep an eye on them because you're connected with them somehow, and we'll figure it out. So that's
And
probably
then
why.
Tremor's trying to get his brother back. So if you can get my brother back and all that.
It's like,
So
I'll protect your family.
exactly. And then so are you with me? And he's like, for tonight. I'm with you for tonight. You know what I'm saying?
For tonight.
For tonight.
Oh.
So yeah, so they're back at a limo, like not dumb, like we got the clown back at a limo with
Yeah. Mr.
Jason
Wynn
Wynn.
himself. No, not Marvin Wynn. Jason Wynn.
Jason Wynn and the clown's just picking on the driver, picking on his ear and all that. It's like, damn, that guy's messed up, man. Leave the driver alone, man. What did he do to you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's pure chaos, man. Like this guy just doesn't care. He likes to
He's like
pick on
plucking
people.
him.
Like,
He's like, ah, ha, 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 ha. Gung, 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 gung. And yeah. So he's like telling Jason and all that, and Jason's like, why would I have to keep following you? You know what I mean? It's just, what are you doing? I don't even know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
what are you doing?
And he's just acknowledgement your former boss and all that. You know what I'm saying? You know, we gotta keep track of what we want. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much a little speech talk here. And all that. And he tells him about what we discussed earlier about like, because he's telling him, if you're so awesome, why do you need me? You know what I mean? To help you. And he's like, you know, I could do it myself, but you know, my boss, my Bosia, won't do anything about it. So I'm gonna use you to do my bidding, so he could see like humans can't be counted on, something like that. You know what I mean? So because he's against humans and all that, so he's trying whatever he can and using Jason Wynn, which is close to evil as you can get as a human being. So that's pretty much what this whole conversation is. You know what I mean? Anything else you get from this conversation before we move on?
Nope.
Because it's a few pages long, and after that we go back to the alleyway where Cog is looking, and he looks into a garbage can, and you see a head with worms. As he's looking for him, and he's like, "Damn you, Matt Bosia! You know how many children do you need for your accused war?" So he's like, "How many children do you need for this accused war?" But he's really thinking it. These thought bubbles, which is pretty cool. I like the thought bubbles. Like in comics these days, not many other writers uses thought bubbles as much as they used to. You know what I'm saying? At least that's what I've been reading in a lot of the comics. I like thought bubbles. You see what's going on while they're, you know, moving along. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think about this? Does this head with the worms mean anything to you?
No.
No. That's what
I don't know who it is. Like,
I got nothing. Me neither. So it's just weird. Like, okay.
I like the next page though. Of course, we get Vinny at his like little loft, his little safe house and stuff, sitting, and then all of a sudden you see the wine glass just tipping and going and spilling because crack! Here comes Tremor.
Yeah, but that's not Vinny. That's Gravano.
Gravano, sorry.
Yeah, I was like,
I get
Vinny,
those two names mixed up, man.
Where did he go? And there's a guy standing next, like you said. Then Trevor comes out of nowhere, boom, trashes the room and all that. But the guy next to him Dun dun dun. Who's the guy next to him?
Tremor's brother.
And he's like holding a gun at Tremor. He's like, "You're not my brother anymore. You're that thing. That thing took over my brother."
Yeah, man, and it's an emotional because like you can actually see the hurt and feeling like they've drew out that feeling of this beast Tremor, who I thought at first was a demon, but it was a human turned into a beast type demon, and you could see the expressions on his face of how torn he is about this, how sad he is about this, and it was just fantastically well done. And like beasts do cry, man. Beasts do cry.
Like, David, is that really you? I don't know why he has to sound like that, but
I don't know either, man. Like,
but like, how would a beast sound like when he goes from I'm tough and strong? Is that really you, David?
what's his brother's name? David?
Yeah, David. It says right there, David, is that really you?
David, is that really you?
Why does he have to sound like Batman?
I don't know. I'm Batman.
Oh man. All right, I'm back. I think I'm back. But it's like my little surprise.
My little pony.
My little pony. We definitely need a break soon because we're going off rails. Almost there. So yeah, this whole thing, like you say, he starts talking about, my brother and all that. And he's like, how can you do this? We're family and all that. And then while all that's happening, gunshots are happening outside. I guess they don't hear it because all this commotion here. But Spawn's taking care of the minions outside. You know what I mean?
I really like that shot in the next page where he could see the tinging off of his chains and stuff. Like it is dinging off the building too, but where you could see the chains are just like reflecting it. I think that's pretty sick.
I mean, he's bulletproof and stuff, but he could save himself from some bullet wounds. You know what I mean? Because they do eventually hurt. You know what I mean?
But being made of worms, maybe they're taking most of the grunt pain off of you.
Pretty much. That's pretty much where he's going. So David has a gun over Tremor's head, and then Spawn comes in with a huge gun and says, I said, drop the gun. He's like, drop the gun. I said, drop the gun. He starts yelling. He said, okay. He shoots him in the arm. And then, Tremor's like, why you shoot my brother? Why you shoot my brother? You know what I mean? And, he knocks him down and everything. Gravano's like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? And then Tremor's like, I said, stop. That's my brother, damn you. You said you'll find him and not kill him. He says, bro, relax, dude. I didn't kill him. I just shot him in the arm. He'll be okay. Damn.
Yeah. You told me to come help you. You like
that's what you said.
That's what I'm doing.
He's alive.
Yeah.
I don't know
why. This is where we're getting at. Like Herm said earlier, he's getting more evil. Like he's just like means to an end, man. If I have to shoot him to get him to come, I'm shooting him to get him to come. I don't care anymore. Morals are out the window for me. This is what you wanted me to do, and I'm here to protect my family.
He's still, but he's still, he didn't kill him. You know what I'm saying? So he's good. Yeah. You know what I mean? He'll live. And then, like, boom. Somehow, instead of like taking out the Gravano boss, they go away, and Gravano's like, Christ, you know what I mean? And pretty much, he's like, my guys will get you. And he's like, yeah, I already took care of them. Spawn's like, I already took care of them.
Yeah, and like at the end where Gravano's looking out the window and he sees all of his guys laid up in a pile, dead. Like, I can't say they're dead, but I'm pretty sure they're freaking dead.
They're dead.
Yeah.
There might be like one or two alive somewhere in there, but he took them out. Took them out for the count. So that's issue number 47. I enjoyed this issue a lot. It almost takes a 5 for me because it was I'll give it a 5 because it was really good. I really enjoyed this issue. What did you give it?
I give it a 4.5. I don't want to give anything a high note because there is better issues coming soon.
Hey, if I really love an issue, I don't give a shit about that. 5.
So I don't give a shit, man. 5.
What's that average for?
5.69, dudes.
Nah, dudes. So, guys, this is issue 48. We're gonna go through these last 3 issues because the last issue is like an extra issue.
It is a double.
So, we're gonna take a quick break.
We're gonna go
Don't
take
go
a tinkle.
anywhere.
We're gonna go heat up the coffee.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Hang in there, guys. We're finishing up the final 3 issues finally, so we can get through this book, so we can get ready for December, even though that's months away, for volume 2. So, guys,
and so we can get this wrapped up, done, and then sit back and enjoy Rockin' Robbie's 4-hour live stream.
Rockin' Robbie Live, which, yes, we are the bridge. Well, not really the bridge. There's no show before us, but we are the pre-show, I guess, for the Rockin' Robbie Live.
We're his opening act, man. We're his opening act. We'll just say it.
Taking a break. See you guys pretty soon. As soon as I find boom. They want to unmute. I'm like, unmute already. Like, come on. What is going on, everybody? Thanks for being back with us. Joe Station, my man, thanks for us. Sheena, you too. Station. Missing link earlier. Station, my man. You know what I'm saying? Bobby de la Ghetto, Hardcore Station, still up in here. You know what I'm saying? Did I say Phable? Station, my man. Yeah, man. Yeah, that was an awesome 4 issue we just covered. Now we're going to the home stretch. You know, final 3.
We got 45 minutes left of this before Rockin' Robbie. So let's get into it.
Who's Rockin' Robbie?
I don't know, some dude. This
guy right here?
Oh, yeah, man. Oh,
He's
yeah.
definitely coming up next. Can't wait to see his show. Always enjoy it with everybody here. So let's continue on. Keep moving along. Issue number 48 starts with Jason Wynn. Not Marvin Wynn, but Jason Wynn.
Hi, Marvin. If you're watching this.
Yeah, so he's at his office and all that. So he's got a plan coming on and all that. Starts explaining a lot of things that happened lately. The CIA, the security, and all that. And things are looking like they're coming into plan just a little bit. Marvin likes it that way. You know what I mean? Of course,
you just said Marvin again.
Oh, crap. Jason likes it. That's your fault. Nah. But Jason is here, and of course, his higher up is talking to him and all that, and he's like has to deal with it and all that. So that's pretty much what this first page is about. And anything else you want to chime in on that? This first page is pretty much explaining to a lot of the readers who haven't been reading this, who's just jumping on, which is pretty cool that Todd McFarlane does that. He still does that, I think, till this day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I said earlier when it was asked, like, what is a good jumping on point? There is plenty of good jumping on points. It's just, if you want the full experience, I think you should get the compendium and read through. But like, there is like, you can jump on 200, you can jump on a certain issue, like you can jump on, like, you don't even have to jump on it 300, like you can jump on it 305 or 306 if you really want it.
Or just start with the spider, look at me. Spawnverse stuff and shit like that. So, you know, so yeah, you can start off with that. You know what I mean? Maybe read the compendium and then start off with after the compendium so you can understand.
I also urge you guys to go pick up Wildcats, Youngblood, Shadowhawk, Brigade.
Yeah, I don't know about Shadowhawk. But keep on keeping on. We'll go back to the office because now there's a new office. A nice.
Yeah, they bought with the money a private investigation. Yeah, Sam bought because Twitch is not happy with that location.
He's like, what? And he's like, yeah, I got a discount. I only had to pay 20, and I only had to pay 20% more to get the corner. You know what I mean? And he said, yeah, sure. The corner's great. You can only see 80%. You can only see 20% of the city. 80% of it is blocked. But good job, my partner. You know what I mean? So he's like not happy, being a little sarcastic there. You know what I mean? So he pretty much took all that money that he had and spent it on this office. And he's like, 5-year deal. And the Twitch is like, 5 years? Yeah, it was a great deal. And we're the only ones in the floor. So they're the only ones in that whole floor. So it's pretty much what that happened. They start discussing, oh, we can do this here. We'll get a secretary later and all that. We clean up. We get a few files over there. And he's all happy. Sam's like, yeah. And Twitch is like, and then somehow they get a letter under the door. He's like, I never told anybody we were here. Did you? Twitch is saying, and I was like, I didn't. I was like, we were the only ones up here. So they open the door, and see who left, and it's completely blank. Completely blank. You know what I mean? And in this letter is 2 pictures and then there's pictures of Spawn. What was the pictures? I don't even remember what the pictures was
I
about.
don't know who they are. It looks like those generals. Remember, like these guys
Mhm.
haven't been like mentioned for a while, except for that little remote area that is demon infested, and the government knows about it, like the military and that. I think those two are like two guys that are connected, which I do believe that they're connected with Jason
Yeah,
Witten as well.
that from issue 43 it says here it says here it is the guys who pretty much has the connection who are exposed everything that's happening with everything, literally everything that's happening. They're the ones from that mob team and all that, whoever, cops, whatever. They're the ones. They're the main cheese here. So it's pretty much what they get, and they're like wondering like who sent this to us. You know what I mean? Who did? So it's pretty fishy. You know, that's pretty fishy. And we go back to the alley, and here's when Spawn goes to his buddy. What was his buddy's name? I don't even remember his buddy's name.
Uh, Bobby, wasn't it?
Bobby.
Or
Yeah,
Cog.
yeah.
Or Cog.
The one that he saves his life
Oh
and
yeah,
all that.
Bobby. How can you forget Bobby's name?
Yeah, I forgot Bobby's name, man. Sorry, Delacato. Yeah, but yeah, I'm jumping the gun a little bit because it shows the alleyway and everything. It shows them talking and all that, and then yeah, they're pretty much afraid of Spawn. Like they're like, what's going on and all that. That's pretty much what this is. Then at the next page, it shows Spawn and the chains and this destroying stuff. He looks like he's putting something together. You know what I mean? And Cod comes out of nowhere. He's like, "What are you doing, dude?" I mean,
And,
I
the,
don't know.
and at this point, like after they have a discussion about like Cog is telling him the same stuff over and over again, like you're becoming evil, you need to stop. And Spawn has finally had it, and he puts him up against the wall.
Like, up the wall, and he pretty much like almost like saying like leave me alone kind of way. You know what I mean? Because he's trying to like you know get him out of the funk that he's on, but this guy's not having it. And if you look at it, it looks like the suit's starting to like get nicer and all that, starting to get it doesn't look as ripped as it used to. I don't know if you noticed that, but like
No, I did not.
his suit's like getting reformed and stuff like that. It's pretty much what Cog's afraid of. You know what I mean? A
Yeah,
suit,
because if it's getting reformed, then it's getting reformed with pure evil.
pretty much. That's how it gets more powerful, and like that's what Cog's trying to do. But he puts him against the wall. He's like, "Get away from me! I don't want you with me anymore. How do you always show up where I'm at?" And he always and eventually he tells him because he has an aura to him, like this energy that he released, that evil energy. People like higher beings or whoever, not normal humans. You know what I'm saying? That's how they can find him and stuff like that. So it's pretty much what that's about. And then we go over to the house where Wanda's office. Now she's doing some paperwork. You know what I mean? Because she's doing her paperwork, open her facility and all that, medical facility, I think it was, or something like that.
Yeah,
And yeah, and that's just it's giving her a hard time. Said this is a lot of work. You know what I mean? And it shows her busy. And then in the next page, it shows Terry busy. You know what I'm saying? And he's there in the computer, and then he's just like still feeling like crap and all that. And then, but he's looking for more stuff for his boss, Jason Wynn, and but he can't find much. And as he starts finding, boom, his boss comes out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And he's like just checking up on him and stuff like that. And after that, like he feels kind of woozy and stuff like that. And while he's worrying about trying to expose his boss and whatever's wrong with him, he goes home and all that, and he's in the bed with his wife, and he doesn't want to tell her. He doesn't want to tell her, worry her anymore. She's been worried enough, all everything in her past between losing her husband and all that, and what happened with him. He got framed and all that, so he doesn't want to tell her. You know what I mean? And it's kind of touching. You know what I mean? You kind of feel it in these pages. right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the next page, we see Sam and Twitch, and they're trying to get through a door. You know what I mean? With what they locked themselves out of the room. I don't remember what happened here. You know what I mean?
No,
So
they're at their place going up the elevator, and the elevator's shut locked. So
oh,
just kind of playing on the fact that this is a crap place.
it really is. It really is. And he's like, but Sam's always like, "Oh, we just clean it up. We'll make it freshly new." And Twitch's like, "Yeah, all right, yes, sir, yeah." You know. And then he's trying to get something to eat, and he goes to the fridge. The fridge is good. There's nothing but junk and nasty stuff in the fridge. So he just got here, and it's already nastiness of Sam up in here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in the next page, we see kind of like this is where you see kind of like Spawn like and all the nice little splash here. There's one
Yeah, with the worms and stuff.
with the worms and all that. And then he goes to the alley where he talks to his buddy, Bobby, and all that. And he's like, "I'm gonna be gone for a while." He's like, "Again?" You know what I mean? Again? You did this before. He's like, "There's a lot of danger coming. I don't want you anybody here to get caught. So I'm gonna leave for a while." You know what I mean? And he's gonna go to that place he was building earlier. He's gonna try to lock himself in. You know what I mean? Where no one could find him. At least that's what he thinks in his head. He doesn't understand that people. He thinks because he's in an alleyway, that's how people find him. But he doesn't understand that a lot of people that are finding him, they can find him.
Yeah, they sense his darkness. That's how.
Yeah.
That's how like the angels find him. That's why these people find him and stuff. But initially, what he's doing is he's locking himself in darkness. You think about it, which is like he's going to like the pure darkness stages of his life, and if he does this, he's just gonna be pure dark, and he doesn't understand that.
So that's pretty much what he's going for there. And then in the next page, you see the numbers again. Was that the same numbers as last time?
No, it's gone down. It's gone down. It was it was 680. It was 6800, and now it's 6786.
So little by little, you're using that negative energy, which is not good. You know what I mean? And then the issue ends with you know, Jason again, win in the office again, and all that. Him and the clown, and who are they hunting for? Because in the end, the clown's like, "I'm telling you, Jason, there ain't nothing like a good witch hunt." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're looking for Spawn, I think, because he's gone into hiding.
Yeah, he's gone into hiding, so they realize they don't sense him like they used to. So whatever Spawn's doing, I guess they're recognizing it and stuff like that. So this pretty much ends with this issue. I rate this issue. It's kind of tough because this issue is okay, but not much happens in this issue.
4 for me.
You get a 4. Yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 4-2. I'll give it a 4-2 because it's still decent issues. Not as much happened, but I'll give it a 4 because it's still a fun read. Still setting up for future issues for the long haul, for the next 2 issues for us, I guess, because we don't have issue 51 in this. So, so we're gonna go to issue 49.
All starts with Spawn paying a visit to Granny. Pretty much to tell her the same thing he told Bobby in the issue before about him going away for a while and stuff, and that it's just it's a little bit, yeah.
He's trying to tell her, I went away and I'm bad, and she still say, "No, you're good, an angel. You're an angel." She still thinks he's part of good,
Yeah.
She still believes in him. You know what I mean? And she's like, "You're the only one that can make me laugh. You're the only one that made me feel good and all that." So there's a quick touchy feeling about this and all that. And Is this where she tells him about what's going on? No, that's after. I'm jumping the gun. That's after. So yeah, they have this whole conversation. This is the reason why we go there. So pretty much it's a touching thing. He's trying to say bye in a good way, but she's like, "Don't you leave me, don't you leave me," because she kind of knows he's not alive, but he's like a spirit or something like that. That's how she believes, because she can't see, she's blind, but she can still sense him. So
Yeah. Then we on to the next page where Terry Fitzgerald's actually at the doctor.
he's at the doctor with a weird face and the strange doctor dude.
I thought it was like the news was going to be told there because like the look on his face, man. But like the doctor said he was fine, but he just wants to take further looks to make sure everything is going perfectly well. And that I have a specialist that I want you to meet, and that was that.
But that face there, because I saw it as he's the creepy doctor, like he was being looking a little creepy with Wanda. He's creepy with him too. You know what I mean? So it's just not, he's just a creepy doctor. That's just how I feel. You know what I mean? That's how I saw that. Maybe I look too much into it.
Oh, he does have like even in the page, like the last page before it goes to the next page for Spawn, like he has his hands in his pocket and he's just looking all weird.
Yeah, he's just weird. Yeah, it was just like, I don't know about this doctor. You know what I mean? So she tells him he's gonna get a CAT scan and all that. Check it out. He starts coughing. All right, we'll see. And then the next page, we're in some kind of a cave.
Yeah, Spawn is like going into this cave, pure darkness, and that he wants to lock himself away from pure darkness. And it's just pretty much saying like the monologue in the background is like saying like he doesn't realize that he's locking himself. He's giving Malbolgia what he wants in a way. And then Cog shows up, of course, and tries to stop him.
And he's just like, he tries to stop him. He's like, my God, Al, no. Because he's just like, this is a whole nother level now. A whole nother level of craziness going on here. At least that's what he thinks and all that. And then in the next page, we have a clown.
Did you freeze or did I freeze?
Like, he that happens and all that. And then he gets a signal to penetrate. He's like, what? At least you put up a fight. You know what I mean? And he starts laughing. The clown is a pretty crazy dude too, man. He's just weird. You know what I mean? So he senses all this that Spawn's doing.
And then we finally get to the next page where it's just like Spawn is like concealed and like I don't even know what it is, but like he's like in this cave covered in stuff and he's like connected with the stuff. Like I don't know if this is like because like you said earlier, evil is drawn to him, but it works both ways. He's drawn to evil too. And he has to understand that. Like he hasn't fully understand that this is what's drawing him to that cave. It is like the urge to be around evil as well as evil being around you.
Yeah, he's just like, it's feeding off his emotions. That's what Cog is saying. It's feeding off your emotions. The more negativeness, the more it goes over to the evil side, and the costume takes over. It's like the costume it's the evolution of the costume. You can see it in here. It's insane. You know what I mean? And somehow ends up, I don't know how this is ending, but it turns into a big worm, and it eats the Cog up.
Yeah, like he's creating these beasts and stuff. Like these, I'm not sure if they're already there. I think they might have already been there. That's why he was drawn to it. But yeah, I could be wrong. He could have created these, but I highly doubt that.
It's like an infection. It's like part of the infection of this costume taking over. That's what this is. Why it's showing, swallowing him and spitting him out. Like, get away. You ain't changing us, kind of thing. It's taking control over Al Simmons. Al Simmons does not have control of the Spawn, at least fully. You know what I mean? He's slowly losing it, and in the end of the page,
Cog finally ends up getting through to him
yeah,
and
he's
like
starting to
talking him down
realize.
and stuff, and like is like, so we're gonna get a Spawn going to be working on himself now because like he calmed himself down. Cog is there holding Spawn and just telling him like, we'll work through this. You need to train in a way, and I'll be there with you every step of the way, and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Like
so
most mentors say.
yeah, that's pretty much what happens in that page, and then the next page we
We get
have
bad news, guys. We get bad news.
yep, yep, yep. So apparently there is something wrong with Terry. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like does it say here? He's got a tumor in his brain that
Yeah.
was growing, and because everything that's been going on and everything, it made the tumor grow bigger. Supposedly, they might think it's part of his genes or something like that. He's just born with it, but pretty much like he in trouble. You know what I mean? And still he doesn't know how to tell Wanda, and instead of telling her he went there towards the end, you see her calling his secretary, and the secretary telling her, "Oh, he's been busy. He's busy in a meeting or something." That never happens. So now she's worried. She don't know what it is.
Yeah, because like he never mentioned the meeting to her.
Yeah. So pretty much, yeah, it's getting kind of serious with this guy right now. So let's keep on keeping on. And then the next page, you know what I'm saying? We have ourselves
Kygor.
awesome drawing of him. You know what I mean? He's back.
I love that character, and he's in the new series now and stuff. He was on the cover of what was it? A recent Spawn issue where they transferred to cardstock at the price of $2.99 still. But Kygor made a reappearance back in that issue, and I guess he's been out for a while. So I'm pumped for this guy. I don't have that figure. I want a Kygor figure because, like Kygor, I like those beasts. I'm a huge fan of Gorilla Grodd. Gorilla Grodd is one of my favorites as well because who doesn't like a smart monkey?
So yeah. So on the next page, we have Terry right here. He's all worried, and then like boom, like everything.
Yeah, like
happens.
he freaking goes out, man. He loses it.
Blacks out yet again his second time, but this time he wasn't at his office. He was driving at 40 miles an hour. Boom, straight into a truck. The truck guy's like, holy and then literally and then boom, he hits him, and he's in the accident right there. So we all were like, oh no, you know what I mean? At this moment. And then like I'll show it real quick. It shows him going falling asleep and boom. You know what I'm saying? So in the next page we go back to Sam and Twitch. They're at a drive-through. And somehow somebody starts shooting at him. There's bang there. What's going on there? And what was that about? I don't even know what that's about.
What bang? Oh,
the next page.
Oh, it was their car backfired.
Oh yeah. Oh,
yeah, and Twitch
okay.
thought it was somebody, and Sam was like, "Don't worry, it's just the carburetor blew."
It's just the carburetor. So they're stuck. And then in the last page is when Wanda gets ring, 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 ring. I don't know why I had to sound like a Christmas song, but you know.
I don't know either, but good job, man. Good job.
She gets the news and then about Terry. She freaks out. She's still on the phone, leaves the phone there, and she's like, hello, ma'am, are you still there? And she rushes off to the hospital.
I just gotta say this, like Wanda is like always perfectly drawn, like her face, her eyes, like her curls, I'm in love with Wanda, man.
All right, bro. But let's focus. Let's
All right,
focus. Because
let's
we
do
have
this.
one issue left, a big one. Very excited. Very good. I ranked this issue right here. This is a 4.5. I mean, there was a lot of information, just close to a 5. Not quite
Oh
there,
yeah.
but closest to a 5 you can get in this because I enjoyed it. Number 50. Let's go. Ready? Number 50. Woo!
So
Double issue. Let's go.
we start with the beep
Beep,
beep beep
beep,
beep beep beep.
beep. So he's getting rushed to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? It's squeaking there, and while all that's happening, it shows Wanda rushing to the front desk. I guess everything happened already by the time she gets there, and then where's my husband? Where's my husband? Boom, boom. She starts running towards him, and then like a little bit after,
I like the like when she finally gets to him, he's sitting there with the head thing on. He's just great big smile. Hey, honey.
hey, what's up? How are you today? You know what I mean? Because of course, the doctor starts explaining after his second, blackout. She's like, second blackout?
This is where she finally is keying in and figuring out that her husband does have what he has because
Yeah,
he hasn't told her, right?
he hasn't. So he's like, oh snap, I'm a dead duck. And he's worried about her more than what he has. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
he's like,
he knows what's gonna happen to him with this. He doesn't know what she's gonna do to him.
yeah. So he's like, quickly, I apologize. I don't, I knew, all the pressure you had. I didn't want to worry you. You know what I'm saying? You could get a little quirky. And she's like, quirky? Looks at him like, no, that. And the doctor's like, you want me to come back? Excuse me, you want me to come back? Because even a doctor, you know how they don't have emotions when they tell people bad news because they do so much of it. He was just like, nah, this is not cool. I'm out of here. And they're like, nah, you can stay. And because she pretty much, understands his part of it and all that. She's just worried about him and all that. So they weren't. And then he's like, we're gonna take a few more tests and see what happens. You know what I mean? That's how that ends there. We go back to Cog in there, starts talking. You know what I mean? And him and Spawn starts talking. He's like, as he finishes talking, Spawn's like, so now I'm made of evil because the suit, the suit is up in there. That's pretty much that conversation.
Yeah, it's like Cog's pretty much telling him, it's like you can think of it as evil, but if you do good with the evil that's consuming you, that's one up, man. Like that's pretty much what he's telling him. Like he's like, you can do good things with this burden that you're holding right now.
Yeah. He pretty much has to control his temper, his feelings, and all that. But easier said than done, right? So in the next page, you see Cyan. She's like making a mess and all that, and then Wanda's like, we're gonna go see Dad. She's like, oh, I want to go see Dad. And she's like, yeah, he comes home today, because supposedly everything's so all good and all that. And as they go home and he gets to go home, heal up or whatever, and that's when the doctor comes in and really bad news. He can't go anywhere. You know what I mean?
It's a cancerous tumor.
It's a cancerous tumor. So like before it was just like something, that maybe could be controlled.
Yeah, like could be removed.
But now like it's looking like it can't be removed. Like if they remove it, he can be either paralyzed or a vegetable, basically. Like he won't be able, brain damaged. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and what it is like they show the picture of like it's not outside of like the part, like it's inside of his brain. So them removing it could just make him brain damage or kill him.
Oh, pretty much, and then he pretty much might only have a couple of months to live because it's growing for whatever reason, the stress and all that and everything that's been happening made it worse. And pretty much he could have a couple of months. Yeah. At least that's what he's saying now. And of course, Wanda's like, "Oh no!" And then the daughter's like, "Daddy, go home!" And it's not making it any much better.
because she doesn't understand right now, so it's sad.
So
But
this
then,
whole moment, it breaks your heart. You're like, oh, come on. You know what I mean?
then we get to the page where you were saying earlier he's with Granny, and something comes out during this conversation because he ends up showing back up and has that conversation with Granny, saying like, "Oh, I thought you were going away," and that he's like, "No, I figured out life and stuff. Figured out I have to start doing good and stuff." And then this is where he finds out what's going on with Terry.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's like, go over him. Go help him. I know you're an angel. I know you can help him. You know what I mean? She believes in Spawn so much. Al Simmons, that's who she knows. She believes in him so much. She loves him. And she pretty much sends him over to him. And as he starts pondering, like, why should I help him? He's a traitor. You know, that because they had a confrontation. So he thinks, like, he's involved with, Jason Wynn and all that. The whole thing is still in his head. And then he looks at Wanda, loving him and all that, by his side. She hasn't left his side and all that. And that's pretty much touching his heart. And then he's like, I'm not going to help. But we all know he's going to want to help. And then out of nowhere, things get rough. And Terry falls in a coma. And they hear it because she's like, you hear it. She's like, beep. And she's like, Terry. The doctor says he's in a coma. He might not get out of. So now she has all these emotions, like she lost her husband. Now she might gonna lose another husband. So that 2-month thing is not even a 2-month thing. That 2-month thing could just happen.
Yeah, because now he's like, Screaming Terry. He's hooked up to the machines now. And in earlier pages, you see Spawn was kind of there. He's like lurking in the background, seeing all of this now. So after he talked with Granny. So he's still lurking in the background, and like you just get scenes where it's just Wanda like saying she can't be alone anymore. Please, God, don't let this happen to Terry. I can't lose a second hug on that. And she's just there. And like as she's saying that, you see the long tower of the long building of the hospital where Spawn is looking over. Then it gets to the next page, and Spawn ends like he gets into the place, like Wanda's sleeping right now, and he said to like he promised Wanda forever, like he'll look after her, whether he's dead or alive.
In the lake in the honeymoon, in that one issue where he explains it, he's like, I promised you I'll look after you no matter what, like you just said, dead or alive and all that. And as I'm doing this for you, not Terry. He still thinks Terry's a scumbag. My former best friend marries my wife and then becomes a mob or something. That's why he's a member of a crooked cop or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he goes, I promise you, Wanda. And go ahead. You want to say it?
Well, he just kind of like goes through flashes and stuff, and something happens. Like they see Spawn in there, but he pretty much cures him. And the next page, you see Terry standing up out of the machines holding Wanda. And then the next page, I think Spawn.
And he's like, real quick, Terry's like, could someone help me? My wife has fainted. I thought that was kind of funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and these next pages go by quick because you pretty much get zoomed down to hell in a way.
Like look like a big green comet and all that, and then boom. So it's pretty much looking like he used, like sounded like to me like he used the rest of his powers or something like that.
And he got sent to hell because in the next page. Yeah, it shows you he's going to hell, and it goes through those parts. And then when you get to the clown, he's like, "Oh man, we're
he's like,
dead. Like we got it, we won and stuff." But then he starts to question. He's like, "Oh no, man, that means he's just gonna pick another Spawn."
Oh, he's like
and he gets pretty teeved off. Then it goes to the doctor's place, and they're talking with amongst the doctors of how this was a miracle. Like there's no signs left of the tumorous cancer at all. It just miraculously cleared up.
Miracle.
So and like
And
she's
like,
so freaking
the heck?
happy. She's full of tears, man. And
and she's like, what does that mean? And he's like, you get to go home with him.
yeah, and so they go home. It's a surprise.
Surprise! The neighbors and all that, all happy. He's back. A big miracle, big happiness, and all that. But in the next page, it came with a consequence. You know what I mean?
He can think of Spawn and that, right? I'm just trying to get through it so I can eat before Robbie's show. We got a lot of
I know, but
pages.
we're almost there, bro. We're almost there. You know what I'm saying? We're almost there. Don't rush the emotions, because this is the emotions coming out now. But yeah. So
Well, the
you
next
have
couple of
little,
pages is just pretty much him fighting in hell.
but it shows after this page, it shows Granny and Terry talking. The little girl's there, and then she's telling him that she sent Al Simmons Spawn over to him. You know,
Yeah.
because when he wakes up from his coma, he's like, Terry, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like he starts to really know, because he's done that before, but he didn't remember. Now he's remembering, and now he's starting to feel like, oh damn, like maybe there's more to this. You know what I'm saying? As he talks to Granny, you know what I mean? So I can't wait for the future issues to read what happens with that. And then of course what you say, like he's going to hell and he's like fighting all these demons and all that, and the level, what was it, level 8 he's trying to get to, because he's pretty much going through all the
He's
levels.
trying to get up to the level that Malbogia is at.
Malbogia. and then there's an awesome splash page on here. Prepare demon to eat your heart. That is freaking awesome splash page.
Yeah, man. He's like, I prepare demon to eat your heart.
So he's just
and
there.
Then oh man, and like this last page makes me want to find issue 51.
What the heck did he use? Another big spike there to kill that demon?
Yeah, he's finding anything to like use because it's like a giant demon bug.
And then what you were saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off at the end of that before we get to the last page.
The last page is like you get the Malbogia and stuff, and this made me want to read issue 51 because it's crazy because now like the clown at like it's Cayenne's birthday, and the clown at the birthday is the clown. It is the Violator.
Literally, a clown is a clown. Look, you see the next page is at the end. So yeah, man. So yeah, you see Matt Bolger is like, haha, my plan is coming into fruition. Haha. And then you see the next birthday party and the clown has more plans. You know what I mean? What is he up to? And then you see, of course, great Capullo artwork right here. At the end.
From the front of the book.
Page. So
and then the back of the book.
Guys, finally, like I was like
it's funny too because we've had this bread for like it's been finished for like a month now, but we haven't covered the last 8 issues. Well, 7 issues, 8 really, because extra long issue. But yeah, that's it. I can't wait for the second one to get into it. It's been fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I can't wait. December is the next one. I assume already we're probably gonna cover that. So yeah, man, I hope everybody enjoyed us going through this as much as we enjoyed talking about it. Nice little statue that he got. Yeah, I gotta get me a Spawn figure. I don't have a Spawn figure, man. I need to get.
I have a lot. Well, this is probably the only spawn I have. Like I have a future spawn, but this is the only spawn I have. I don't have them from the series line, but this one's quite a bit of money though.
All right, guys. Of course, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Ding, ding, ding that bell for notification for future videos. See me, TM, and his channel. Links are all up in there. Thanks for joining us. We had a whole lot of fun. Of course, one more time, I'll talk about my next show tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have Omar from Near Mint Condition at a special Amazing Collector Edition show, me and Fargate. I can't wait for that. Hope you guys could join us and all that. Once again, thank you. My man Travis has a chatting with the community with none other than
JT the AI. John
AI.
Thomas.
John Thomas will be up in here. Can't wait to see that.
But before that, come cheer me on at Comic Gories over on John's Comics with Kids
tomorrow.
This Monday after Big Herm and Fargate are on
show.
at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll be bringing the fire. I hope you guys come and cheer me on because I only came in second my last time I was on Comic Gories, but this time I want to take home the gold. But make sure to jump on over to Pop Culture Philosophers because it's Rockin' Robbie live time here in 5 minutes.
Rockin' Robbie live. I hope you guys enjoy it. Of course, we will be in there chatting it up with Rockin' Robbie. You know what I mean? As he gets to go through everything. It might be a 4-hour show or whatever it is. He can go on for a long with us with him.
Well,
you know
he told us it's going to be a 4-hour show, so that's
so
what
you
I'm
got a lot
for.
going on over there. Guys, thank you so much. See you next time. Hope to see you tomorrow night for both our shows. Till then, Station P.
And as always, stay nerdy, my friends.